Welcome to Football Fans in Finance. And it's unfortunate that we return on a sad note. The footballing world has lost a legend. Don Diego Armando Maradona passed away today at age 60. He was a footballer that I'm old enough to appreciate his feats. And being an Argentina fan, he's one that holds a special place in my heart. Diego made an impact wherever he went. He was at Boca Juniors and they won a title. He had success at Barcelona, but it was in Napoli when he carried an underdog team to beat the likes of Inter Milan, AC Milan, and Juventus for 2 Scudetto titles. Gents, it's indeed a sad day. 2020 keeps on dealing us, these tragedies. But life continues, and we just try to appreciate and remember this great footballing legend. Just share what you can remember from what Don Diego did for football.
Well, I'd start. Did a lot for football in terms of, I think Argentinian fans won't admit it, but, since the retirement of Diego, the side has never been the same. Even with Messi, they have not challenged at that high level, but the legacy of him still make you consider Argentina a big side. But what I remember is those 2 goals against England, and I never saw them live, but I've watched them over and over again. And then particularly one where he pick it up from the midfield and dribble past 4 or 5 players and and slot it home. We don't see that again in the game, and we don't see a player like that who can go to Naples in Italy and become a legend years after. You cannot speak ill about Maradona in Italy. You'll fall into problems, and it has plunged the world into mourning. And we lost a great player. He's had some troubles over the last couple of years with health, but even then, you'd never consider that Diego was going to die so early. But great player. There's a hole left in the game in terms of just him being an inspiration, and he always spoke unbiasedly about players. He spoke about Brazilian players in a good way in terms of, and even though they're eternal rivals. And so for the game of football, we lost a real impactful personality.
Lynn, 2 words.
Yeah, echo the sentiments of Kevin. And it just kind of allows you to think about how human everybody is. Knowing what this great player, this great person has done for football, it's almost like you think that this person will never die. The memory of him will never die. And he's so great that when you think of any new football that would have come out, definitely when I was watching, it was always compared to as the new Maradona. They were trying to find somebody who could come that close to that type of player. Just watching all the clips of Maradona, watching everything that he would have done in football, is definitely one of the greats. And the greats always get away with something, right? Yeah. And we can talk about the hand of God. And, it just kind of shows how brilliant he is, how everybody would still support him. I've always, watch the clips. We look at him when he's old and he said, I remember seeing a video where he was juggling a tennis ball, overweight and kicking it up. And I was saying, he still have the touch. It's so amazing at his age. And he's not as nimble as he used to be. And the control that he had over the football, you could see that it's just something natural that cannot leave him. And I heard the news and it was just, just a different level of hurt. I said, boy, 2020 has really been something else. And the memory of him will always live on. Condolences to his close friends, families, anybody close to him who, feeling it much more than us. We're not hurting as much, but definitely we appreciate what he would have done for the game. And, definitely his memory will always live on, for sure.
All right. Ladies and gents, we have a special guest. Superfly Fresh, Don Asif. The man deck out, you know, straight from London, England.
Look who is back.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
He came all the way just to make a debut at FFF. So, and as if know you for a few years, and you're not as temperamental as Danny, but you're very much opinionated.
Not as
And
temperament.
you know, granted, some people miss Danny. His impact won't be that void here.
Yeah, I
Ask
hope-
you to say a few words.
I hope not, you know. Danny is sometimes rational, you know, but I'm a true Arsenal fan. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm a true Arsenal fan, but
You know what I mean, right?
on the topic of Diego, though,
Hi.
I feel like, you know, Diego, you were throwing words at me when you say you're old enough to, you know, see certain things and whatever. I've only had to watch Maradona on the YouTube, so I mean, you can't discount the greatness, though. You get what I'm saying? And man had a lot of what you'd call cheekiness in football, and you know we call people like Suarez thief and so on and so forth. But I remember when they had the interview with Diego after him scored that legendary goal, and the man said when him run into the corner, him said, "Yo, just celebrate, just celebrate." His hands, you know, but just come celebrate. You see what I said just, but I mean, legend nonetheless. You know, watch the videos and you feel inspired, and yeah, we've lost a big one. We've lost a really big one.
And I think to add, you know, and you know, with true genius there is a side of insanity too. And Diego has had troubles on and off the field.
Yeah.
And, you know, but is someone whose personality has endured. And, you know, he has had to overcome a lot. And, you know, trust me, the game, there's a hole in the game now, and he's one of those greats that unanimously you can say, yes, that is one of the greatest players without question, you know. He went and he did it everywhere. He did it in big teams and small teams, and so that is the type of impact. And to certain, and sometimes he did it by himself.
Exactly.
Sure. So,
country,
yeah.
have done it by himself.
So big impact.
There you have it. Definitely, Don Diego, you'll be missed. You influence quite a lot of people, especially in football. And we, again, extend our sincerest condolences to his family, his friends, and all those who are hurting. On that note, we ask that you like, subscribe, and share this video. And always remember to click the notification bell so you know when we have our next video coming up. Thank you.